everybody. This is Pastor Susan, and welcome to another day of devotions this week as we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. And we are thinking about the privilege of giving. Giving our thanks, giving our gifts, giving all we are and all we have for God's glory. That's part of what the definition of stewardship is. All I do with all I have. Once I say, I believe. And today we're going to continue in the book of Chronicles as we are looking at some things that David has to say about giving. And I'm going to be reading chapter 29, which is the last book or last chapter in the book of Chronicles. If you want to look it up and read along with me, you're welcome to do that. And we're going to be looking at verses 9 through 14. Listen to these words. Then the people rejoiced because these had given willingly, for with single mind they offered freely to the Lord. King David also rejoiced greatly. These are offerings for the temple. Then David blessed the Lord in the presence of all the assembly. David said, "Blessed are you, O Lord, the God of our ancestor Israel, forever and ever. Yours, O Lord, are the greatness, the power, the glory, the victory, and the majesty, for all that is in the heavens and on the earth is yours. Yours is the kingdom, O Lord, and you are exalted as head above all. Riches and honor come from you, and you rule over all. In your hand are power and might, and it is in your hand to make great and to give strength to all. And now, our God, we give thanks to you and praise your glorious name. But who am I, and what is my people, that we should be able to make this free will offering? For all things come from you, and of your own have we given you." Wow, these are powerful words that remind us to, as we are offering God our gifts, whether it is our prayers of praise and thanksgiving, whether it is our gifts of time, talent, treasure, it is this acknowledgement of who God is. God is the source of all that has been given to us. And David's really he's very clear about this. So I love that. This offering is for the building of the temple. David has not been given permission to do that, but his son Solomon has. And so before David dies, he wants to make sure that the resources are there to begin this great construction of a temple for God. And so he's blown away. The people give, and they give generously and abundantly, and he is absolutely blown away. And he is giving God thanks. He's giving God thanks for the resources. He's giving God thanks for this response of the people. And David says, "Who am I? Who am I and who are we? Because all gifts come from you, O God. All gifts come from you." And, this really kind of put me in the mind. I was trying to think back of some times when I have been blown away as a pastor by generosity. And I'll say one of the most powerful times was in March, April, and May of 2020. Y'all remember that, right? That time when the pandemic had come and we were all restricted to our homes. We had to close down our operations, our daily operations, shower ministry, the child care. Everything got closed down. And I was just in a place of concern for, our future, concern. And, you all, you Florence Christian Church folk, you all not only gave, you gave abundantly, far more than I ever imagined. And I knew that you loved the church and that you loved God, and you wanted to make sure that we would continue doing this ministry. And you know what? That is a time in which I was abundantly aware of God's continued work in our lives and in our church. And it was a humbling experience because I knew it wasn't about me or Pastor Diana or any other one person in the church. This was about our faith in God and our desire to generously give because we want to make sure that the presence of God is continued, the gifts of God are continued to be shared with the community at large. And, as we continue to do this work, I'm so honored and so grateful to God for you and for God's continued blessing and guidance of our ministry together. And so today, as we are focusing on Thanksgiving, I invite you to consider in your life a time when you've been blown away by the generosity of others, the opportunity that God has given to do a big thing, but to realize that it comes, all of it is a result of who God is. So today, let us give thanks to the God who is great. Let us give thanks to the God who is great and powerful and glorious and victorious and has majesty. For all that is in the heaven and on the earth is yours, oh God, your kingdom, your glory, forever and ever. And the people of God said, Amen and amen.